10. Let's go to Chicago. That's where we find Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures. All right, Oliver, kind of a mixed day of trade, but impressive for beans.
Very impressive for beans and really good to see. I mean, the first half of the week has just been kind of a slow grind lower for a lot of these grain markets. And we're seeing that again be the persistent trend here in corn and wheat and Thursday's session. But beans, the bright spot. And that continues to be kind of where my optimism lies too. Thinking that we could potentially see a surprise to the upside for bean futures sometime into the spring and summer. And potentially that starts with a lower than expected acres number on Monday. But that seems to kind of be the big ticket item that a lot of traders and analysts are really keeping an eye on. It's been very choppy ahead of that. Hopefully, once we get that behind us, we can get the market kind of focusing back in on the fundamentals here in the United States and go from there. But I think there's going to be some incredible opportunities. Undoubtedly, I think you're seeing end of the month, end of the quarter positioning play a role in a lot of these commodity markets as well.
All right, so when we look at that bean area, if you will, soybeans still in the red for the year, where soy meal is still in the red for the year, but we've seen impressive gains for soy oil. What's driving that higher?
Yeah, soy oil is it's ripping higher today, which is certainly good to see. And I think a lot of this is just kind of the soy complex working hand in hand with each other, which is encouraging. And I think we could potentially see that continue, not just to wrap up this week's trade, but also wrap up the monthly and quarterly trade as well. I think there's a lot of commodities out there that have been underloved by funds and managed money. And the grain markets are certainly one of those areas, soybeans and the soybean complex being one of those. So I think there's probably some more risk to the upside, especially if we can get some follow through ahead of the weekend.
All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll pick up livestock futures and some other outside markets. Market Day Report continues in a moment. Live down 97. Let's bring back in Oliver Slope, Blue Line Futures. Okay, pretty impressive on the cattle side. What's pushing us higher? Is that box beef? Is that cash? Is it a combination?
I think it's a combination, and it's really been, we talked about the choppy trade in the grain markets and in the livestock markets. That's been especially true. We saw a higher open on Monday, and that led to some selling pressure Monday and then Tuesday morning. And then kind of a round trip. We're right back at Monday's highs in that June live cattle market. And a lot of this is on the back of strength in the box beef market. But we're also hearing some rumors starting to circulate of a higher cash trade, thinking that a plant might be a little bit underbought. Hearing potential cash trade at 220. That's not confirmed, but that's what the rumor mill is starting to turn up. So I think things could get pretty interesting here into the weekend. And if we do continue to see that cash push higher, I mean, we're really only a stone's throw away from those contract highs in the June futures into the weekend and into the quarter and into the month.
All right, if we're going to talk contract highs, let's go all-time highs. Gold market. Gold market is gold.
Gold is gold, and I've been a gold bug for many years. So it's nice to see the contract highs continue to press this market higher. We're starting to see the silver market follow suit a little bit today, which is actually outperforming gold this week to the upside and trading at multi-year highs itself. So I still think that silver has some room to play some catch up, especially if some of these manufacturing jobs start coming back into the United States. I think that could be very big for some of the industrial metals like silver and copper. So gold has been the leader here as of late, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of those other less loved markets catch a bid here into the second quarter.
All right, let's kind of wrap this up with the energy markets then. We're knocking on the door of $70 again a barrel for crude. That May contract $69.79. Where's the strength coming from?
Well, I think that there's some strength coming from geopolitical tensions increasing over the last week or so. It's nothing major, but certainly adding a little bit of risk premium into the market as of late. All in all, I think if you zoom out and look at the energy complex as a whole, in particular the crude oil market, I really wouldn't be surprised to see this market stay relatively range bound, maybe trickle into the mid 70s, but I have a hard time believing the market's going to break out above 80. I think this administration has made it clear that they want low energy prices. So I think that's going to be something to keep an eye on. I'd love to see a range-bound crude oil market that should present some great opportunities into the second quarter.
And I'm going to throw one more energy market in there before we go, the coffee market. Yeah, does that count as an energy market?
Man, it should for me. I should probably get long some coffee futures to hedge my consumption because I kick my day off that way and pretty much ended that way as well.
Yeah, the coffee market's up nearly 20% here in 2025, though we take a breather today. Hey, Oliver, great to see you. We'll see you again soon. Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures.